All right, so welcome back to our Kids Love Golf series. This particular video is just on kind of sorting through knowledge, sorting through information. I've just typed in Kids Golf up in the Google search engine. And all I did was type Kids Golf, nothing specific. That's 747 million results. About is what it says, about that many. 747 million results for Kids Golf. So what do you do? Where do you go? All right. So you're thinking, I don't know, Kids Golf. Like, what does that mean? So here's just some images. And on these images, you're going to see everything from a sale here, a sponsored ad. You can buy a little plastic set of clubs. You can see kids running around here. This guy looks pretty serious. He's playing some golf. You got kids jumping up and down. We got some marketing shots. Now, this is the image of Kids Golf. This is the image that you get as a parent when you start looking for stuff. Some of the parents out there might be like, oh man, those outfits are really cool. I can't wait to dress up my little kid. If that's the case, you might want to check out Little Linksters. Little Linksters is a great group. It's a fun group. Teeny little kids dressed up, +4s, little caps, the whole bit. So you can get involved with Little Linksters. If you're starting out and you're thinking, do I go with metal, plastic? What do I go with? Well, the first thing you want to do is just go with one particular club, a putter, okay? And in this case, a double-sided putter. Right? Now, why would you choose a double-sided putter? The reason why you would choose a double-sided putter is because your kid's little, and for that matter, it doesn't even matter if they're little. You don't really know if they're going to play golf right-handed or left-handed. You're not even sure if they're going to grip it in this position, which would be for right-handed or for left-handed. Okay? So there's a lot of reasons why you would end up going with a double-sided putter. A lot of cases, lucky for us, there are a lot of different options, both in plastic and in a metal. So this is a metal shaft, rubber grip, and this is actually like a zinc alloy putter head. That way it's less expensive than stainless steel. It also makes it a little bit lighter. Aluminum would probably be too light, so this has some weight to it. I'll put some pictures, some links as well in the video so that you can figure that out. So why do you think you might want to start out with that putter? Like I said, because you don't know if they're going to play this game right-handed or left-handed. Also, putting is a great place to start. So this particular video is on kind of the psychology as a parent. You have decided as their parent that golf would be something cool, that would be something fun for them to do. Trust me, the life lessons that you learn from this game are fabulous. So many quality individuals grow up to be adults because they spent a lot of time on the golf course, learning, growing. It's such a wonderful game. When they're learning this particular game, you don't want them to learn it, like with a drill sergeant over them saying, do this, do this, do this, okay? Golf has to be more or less experienced rather than kind of drill sergeant taught into somebody. I've seen way too many kids kind of turn the other way. Parents have failed in that regard. The kid just hates it. They don't want to be at the golf course at all. So here's what you do. Go on a field trip, okay? You may be a golfer. They may not be a golfer. You're not even a golfer, but for some reason the plastic clubs look like they fit really well in their hand. You've seen them swinging sticks in the backyard or something, trying to hit balls, or the golf channel just happens to be on and the kids walk by and they're mesmerized, okay? So take them for a field trip, okay? My kids loved trees. I've got 3 boys. Love trees, squirrels, rabbits, birds. One golf course that they kind of grew up on had this big train that went by and blew its horn at the intersection. They loved watching the train go by. There's little ants. There's all kinds of stuff. Lizards. You're in nature. There's a fishing pond. They love to go fishing in that fishing pond. So go on a field trip to the golf park right? Don't consider it. We're not going to go set up our first lesson. Just go there. Wander around with them. They may be 2 years old and you're just kind of holding their hand and mostly carrying them around. They may be 8-year-olds where they're thinking, hey, this golfing looks kind of cool. So as you're wandering around the golf course, point stuff out. These images have a lot of those things in it. Okay, oh look, there's somebody playing golf. Look, that person's wearing a red hat. As you walk through the golf shop, oh look, those are golf shoes. You walk outside onto the driving range. Hey, look, all those people are all hitting golf. That person's playing right-handed. That person's playing left-handed. Oh, look, there's a squirrel in the tree. Right? Just make it a field trip. There is no golf involved at this point. You're not setting aside time where if all of a sudden you're thinking, okay, I've got an hour or two, and then it's a struggle getting them in and out of the car seat, or you're on the way to the golf course and they fall asleep and you're thinking, oh, this was our time for golf and I've lost that opportunity. No, just let them sleep a little bit longer. Even if you just get 5 or 10 minutes, it's just a fun opportunity. It's a golf field trip, okay? Find out if the golf course has some ice cream or a shake or something like that. Take them in the restaurant, order some food, sit there and look out the windows, look at the beautiful environment, okay? Make it a field trip opportunity. Go for a little walk. Make sure you check in the golf shop and make sure you're not walking on part of the golf course where it's unsafe for you to be, or you're going to be distracting the golfers. But trust me, there's plenty of places around any golf course I've ever been to that's just beautiful. Maybe you go as a family and you just go to look at the sunset over the golf courses. A lot of sunsets are just amazing at golf courses. So you check all that stuff out, make it a field trip. You're not going to play golf, you're going on a golf field trip, right? That's all it is. So the psychology of that is that little one comes along with you. They're not being told to necessarily do anything. They're not being made to swing a club that they don't know what end to hold. They don't know what they're doing. They're not being instructed on how to stand. You know, you don't have parents like taking their little feet, pushing them apart, holding them there, trying to make them swing. You're not worried about accidentally dropping a bucket of golf balls at the driving range and having them bounce down the cart path. There's so many really kind of negative things that can happen if you go with the intention of, hey, this is going to be a golf lesson or a golf thing that we're going to do. Just go for a little quick field trip. Could be 30 minutes, could be an hour. It'll probably turn into 2 hours and you're going to have a blast, okay? And then let it sit for a week or so. Maybe it's the next weekend. And you ask your little one, hey, you want to go to the golf course? Guess what they're going to say? Yeah, let's go to the golf course, because what happened the last time they were at the golf course is they had fun. They got to walk around, see the birds. They had some ice cream. They remember, oh, the golf course, that's where I had ice cream. Maybe you found some plastic tees or a ball marker, or you bought them a little something from the shop, and they feel like, oh yeah, the last time I went and did that, it was really cool. Well, they go to the golf course the second time with you, and then guess what happens? Maybe it's the second time, maybe it's the third time on these field trips, these little mini field trips, where they all of a sudden say, Mom, Dad, I want to try that. I want to get a club and I want to try to hit the ball. Well, guess what? You've already got your little two-sided putter. You've already got one golf ball. Maybe it's a cool colored golf ball, or just one that you have out of your bag, or one that you're bought at the store. Or you can, like, again, I'm going to give you some information on where to buy some of this stuff. But when you're doing that, then you say, cool, I got your putter in the trunk. I'll go get it. Let's go get it. Get the putter out, go to the practice putting green. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take that golf ball and you're going to put it about this far. We're going to call it less than 1 foot, right? So you're going to put it right next to the hole. And then your little guy is going to go up, and then you're going to tell him, okay, take your club. You're going to hold this as the grip. This is the shaft. This is the putter head. You're going to take this part and you demonstrate, and you go boonk, and you put it in. Sometimes you probably won't even have to demonstrate, because you've done 1, 2, or 3 field trips and you've made a point to show them, oh, this is a golfer. Look, he's on the putting green. He's using his putter. He's putting the ball into the hole. You can do this virtually a little bit, even on TV. You can watch the Golf Channel. But trust me, it's not the same. It's not a golf experience. But you want the little ones to be asking you to take them to the golf course. And then when you start taking them to the golf course, then you start having them putt with their putter. So it may seem kind of like you're tricking them. Really what you're doing is you're giving them an opportunity. You're saying, hey, this is golf. Do you like it? And then you're waiting for a reply. You're waiting for them to say, I like golf. When they say, I like golf, then you take them more. And then if you're, again, like you've decided, hey, we're going to do a 1 hour golf lesson, and you maybe paid a good instructor a decent wage to do that golf lesson. And you're thinking, I paid my money. I want to get all 60 minutes worth out of this golf lesson. Well, trust me, if your little one has timed out and after 10 or 15 minutes and said, I don't want to be here anymore, you don't want to push them. If you push them, they're going to push back, and then a negative experience is going to happen. Now, granted, we're not going to be able to protect our kids from all these negative experiences. Trust me, I'm not that kind of a parent. I know my kids are going to learn a lot of valuable lessons the hard way. But as a parent, you just want them to make sure that they're getting that experience in a positive way. If the lesson ends after 10 or 15 minutes, you still pay the instructor that hour because they blocked off that hour of time. But it'll turn into more time, and then, trust me, you won't be able to get them off the golf course. I remember this one little guy, this mom came to me, and she said, I'm looking for a golf coach. My son is 3 years old. Oh boy. I was 23, 24. And I thought to myself, are you kidding me? There's no 3-year-old on the planet that's into golf. And she said, I want to get him a golf lesson. I want to get him a golf lesson. He needs to get better. In my head, I'm thinking, oh, parent, you have no idea. You're going to ruin this kid. And I thought, hey, who am I to judge? This parent knows their kid way better than I do. I know I started playing golf when I was young, but I don't remember what it felt like at 3 years old, if I was actually into it or not. And so I thought, all right, we'll set it up. I'm not going to do a golf lesson. I'm going to call it a golf evaluation. So I met the mom. I met the little boy. We went out to the driving range. We started on the driving range because she said she took him to the driving range a lot. And I was like, okay, if you're really good at this golf thing, I want to see it. I want to witness this. Sure enough, little 3-year-old started hitting nice, crisp iron shots, hitting drivers that I've never seen a 3-year-old do before in my life. And I thought, this is crazy. Like, this little kid can actually play golf. And then I thought, okay, well, can they play golf or can they just hit a golf ball? I've seen, like even Tiger Woods' little phenoms. I was probably in the phenom category at that age. I could hit a ball, but could he play golf? So we took his little bag and we walked over to the short game area, and I dropped a ball and I said, all right, let's chip that little ball over to that hole, and then I'm going to have you go putt it in. Sure enough, took his little wedge, chipped it up onto the green, went over there and putted it in, and I thought, wow, this kid is really good. And he does. He actually needs some guidance, some coaching. So even at 3 years old, you never know. Your kid may just grab a hold of the sport and just love it. And in this case, the dad played a little bit. The mom really didn't play at all. They both kind of had semi-golf families, but they weren't really super into it. And so that's why they were looking for a coach. So they needed somebody to move that kid along at the kid's pace. It wasn't the parent that was saying, I've got to turn this kid into a genius golfer. This kid's going to be a phenom. We got to get him a full ride scholarship to college. That wasn't at all it. The mom was just like, what do I do? This little kid keeps constantly badgering me. Mom, take me to the range. Take me to the golf course. He would sit there and watch the Golf Channel. And she didn't know what to do. because she had taken him only so far. She needed a coach, someone that could help him. So I stepped in and helped him out. We worked together for a few years. I moved away to a different city. I still remained in contact with that family, and guess what? That child did go on to get a full ride scholarship to a Division I college. Okay, so the thing is with golf, it's about time. If you want to be in the game for a really long time, you have to start well. You have to start correctly. Nurture it. Do a field trip. Give that kid an opportunity to decide if they really like the game of golf or not. And like I pointed out, you have millions and millions and millions of pieces of information. But the one piece of information that is most important is that that child basically decides on their own that they think golf is cool and they like it, and they start asking you to go. And even if they don't ask you to go, as long as when you say, hey, it's time to go to the golf course, they light up and they go, oh, that's cool, let's go. The last thing you want is to say, hey, let's go to the golf course. And then they shrink their shoulders down, they shrug, they're all disappointed, and they're like, no, I'd rather stay home. I don't want to do that. So make sure that you're starting out well. So hopefully this video resonates a little bit with you. I've got more cool pieces of information coming up in future videos for you where we'll get a little bit more specific. So if you like it, subscribe, tell your friends, ask questions, ask as many questions as you want. I know I'm missing stuff, but I'm here to help you. So if you ask a question, I'll answer it in the comment section below this video. Thank you, and we'll see you in the next video.